Welcome to our lovely future humans and our 5D collective, those who are interested in striving for excellence the healthy way and being yourself the smart way. So here you get to hear about 5D mystic points of views and stories and more. And above all, for those who join the one-to-one mentorship program, or we have a group mentorship going on depending on your requests. We also have paid subscriber content on Spotify and other podcast platforms so that you can continue your emotional resilience work. We are also getting future journal prompts from Patreon membership content that will then evolve into more as we will do work together because it's fun for those of us who do bring our A game. Please remember that when you care about people's health and they don't care about their own health, when you care about delighting in people's life, they don't care about delighting in their own self, there's no point in you continuing to do anything except for that which is put a hand on your heart and learn to accept who doesn't delight in themselves, because it's unfortunate, but half-hearted people don't pursue their A game and they pretty much are deciding not to. Dr. Amy Pegan explains why with neuroception. So when people resist treatment with supplements, good food diets, good healthy exercise, it's because their body is still unsafe. It's their embodied brain. Okay, so when you meet smart human beings, they will take seriously all of neuroscience, neurobiology, and the therapist community. When you meet the ones who are using their left brain alone, it's called masculines. They're unimpressive because mediocre people are not dangerous, Dan Martell, to smart people. Small-minded people, not dangerous to smart people. Limited belief people, not dangerous. People who play a fucking game with their mouth, not dangerous. It continues to be something very specific for an empowered feminine who knows exactly what it means to be all of the whole 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're all people, so we calibrate. It's not emotions are contagious, it's that I'm a nervous system, so are you. So I'm a felt sense of self with myself, and I'm an own sense of self. Okay, so smart human beings will have the intelligence of their emotional, mental, and physical plane to the point of where they will remember when you care about someone and they don't care about themselves. Here's what happens when adolescents who are not wise adults get into leading with their Cusco behavior. That's why we have new stories. Pinocchio, remember? Yes. Okay, great. So Dr. Amy Pegan, neuroception, she explains why people reject, refute, rebuttal. Stephen Porges too, please let me allow you to understand there's no Lucifer monster that's trying to keep anybody. Nope, there's no, like crab on a bucket. Anyone who's in 3D, 4D land don't understand how it works to be their true self because they didn't give a shit to go grab their self, okay? So they play this game, which is not even a game. It's unimpressive. It's beyond mind-numbing to those of us who love to learn because they break things down instead of building up. And they do so because they're still trying to prove something. The thing is, they don't know that we have nothing to do with what they're trying to prove. They're trying to prove their own 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's like, hey, I ain't your allo-parenting collective that you grew up with. Unfinished business, your karma, go deal with a therapist. And so that way I can meet your dharma, the person you're meant to be. So that means they take off the mask and finally meet what is also, by the way, true authority, because self-empowered people, we stand up with our ventral vagal state and it's like, hey, guess what? Do you know we started a short, give me 1 minute, let me see if I can get that quote. Who and what you are is an expression of the divine. I forgot to quote Sadhguru. I'm sure he'll be okay with it because he's an enlightened one. He's not competitive and he's not insecure like any other enlightened, wise adults. It's like, we are not looking for people to tell us how to do what we chose to do in our life. That's why you know your own piece of consciousness, your own soul's journey. It's all the same, but at the same time, we all have a difference of what I'm here to inspire human potential, infinite higher human conscious potential. You can be it. Emotionally resilient people will be back here. Again, when you care about someone who doesn't care about themselves, when you delight in people who don't delight in themselves, they have no capacity to choose. No, they can choose healthy perfectionism, healthy everything. They can choose to get over every single core wound, every single adaptive child part behavior, or they can choose to commit to that which are called maladaptive patterns of behavior and then to continue wielding their mouths in non-excellent ways. Okay, so wise, loving, receptive, realized, directed, powerful. That is the true power of authority. And the true power is not in words, it's in knowledge. It's also in flexibility. You don't identify with words. Words mean shit. Actions mean everything. Every 24 hours, you're going to choose to be a limited consciousness, or you're going to be that which is called the best version of yourself. You. We use your name, and then we learn from people and books, and we learn from academics, and more than just that. And then we discern those who are the fake ones, and we make fun of them. I do. You don't have to. But the point is, to strive for excellence, you need to want to be yourself. To be yourself, you need to want to love yourself. To love yourself, you want to be a wise adult. And that means you protect yourself from anyone who doesn't care that your heart can get broken. Half-hearted people don't care that your heart can get broken. Wholehearted people know that because we will perceive that which is who they really are and what they're meant to be. And so every time they're in their suffering, ignorance, and low self-esteem shit, we get to pick it up. But like I told you before, please allow yourself to leave it alone. When you're delighting in people who don't delight in themselves, they've chosen not to bring their A game. It's none of our business. Empowered feminines don't test. Masculines can't physically test an empowered feminine because it's called a game we don't play. So when I met teenagers, they were quite annoying. Now that I'm a grown up and I'm attachment trauma educated, I actually pick up on the 5 hands of Cusco. By the time I'm done with picking up on what they're committed to, that's great. You can be committed to your A game or your B game. Here, we're going to have people who are committed to their A game because we inspire human potential by being motivated to be the best version of ourselves. All by ourselves. We don't need the external to tell us because we know what we're capable of. God made us all perfect. The ones who don't realize it, again, they have stories for you. We don't have stories. We have science works, wanders, like good nutritionists and like good practices every 24 hours. So Dan Martell, he's really smart. Gary Vee, great entrepreneurs. Join us for more. And that's emotional resilience work, mental intelligence work, all the work in the world to be having a funny time with all that is. And so again, join us here at IHP. We'll have more later. Have a good one.